And hello everyone, welcome to this week's video tutorial. This will be the fifth part of chapter 6 in Grandmaster Ronghhua's sandwich horse defense. It will also be the last part in this long chapter. As with the previous videos, I've chosen to put black at the bottom of the page of the screen so that one can experience the sandwich horse defense playing as black. So without further ado, let us start the board. Central cannon, L corner cannon, sandwich horse defense, and red would have chosen to play the foul chariot and also the third pawn. Now in this variation, in this board, black would develop his right chariot very early in the game. Now this would be different from developing the left chariot, because it can be considered to be an improvisation, because in the past few boards the right chariot was poorly developed. So at this point in time, the Grandmaster gave two variations in his book. The first one would be p7 plus 1 for the double-headed snake pawns, and the other one would be h8 plus 9 for the edge horse variation. One thing to note, when red or black pushes both pawns in this manner, the third and seventh pawns, usually the proper horses of the enemy would have trouble developing. However, this would also slow down the pace of the match considerably, because black would have used up two moves to push his pawns and would lack in development of one of his flanks. There are pros and cons, and usually this is not advised for black, because slowing the movement or the development of the horses is critical in developing the opening pieces. So without further ado, red would choose to play p7 plus 1. Black would move his chariot to the red file, and red would choose to attack with the 5-7 cannons immediately. Black would choose to patrol the riverbank, edge horse, trade pawns, and at this point in time, one might ask, would trading pawns be a good idea for black? Apparently it would not be a good idea, because if the pawns were traded, black could offer a counter sacrifice and still have a playable game. So this is why sacrificing the seventh pawn at this point in time is not a good idea. So usually red would choose to push his chariot to the riverbank, and black would offer a trade of chariots, whereby red would accept. And it would be a rather even situation, whereby the tempo or the speed of development of the pieces has slowed down considerably. Now both red and black would have playable positions. So this is the first variation that was given in the board. In the second variation, instead of p7 plus 1, h8 plus 9 to store the horse on the edge was given. Now playing h8 plus 9 before c8 is equals to 7 has the benefit of keeping black guessing where the cannon would be played. Would it be c8 equals to 7 or c8 equals to 6, thus giving red an extra option to play in the opening. So black will continue with r1 equals to 4, and since the black chariot has already guarded the red file, red would play c8 equals to 7 and prepare to develop his left chariot. And at this point in time, the Grandmaster advocated r4 plus 4 for the cross riverbank chariot. Now this is usually not advised in opening games, but as we will see, after playing r4 plus 4, red will continue to play r8 equals to 9 to develop his left chariot, and it would not be a good idea at this point in time to play e3 plus 1, because black will be prepared to retreat his cannon to the foot rank and be prepared to attack this flank. And black will still be able to deal with red's aggression, and as can be seen, black would have managed to concentrate some of his material on red's rather empty right flank at this point in time. So e3 plus 1 is not advised. Instead, it will be good for red to develop his other chariot as a foul chariot. So capturing the pawn, and now would be the time to play e3 plus 1 to threaten to capture the black chariot. It would not be a good idea to advance p7 plus 1, because if black would simply play e7 plus 5, and at this point in time black's right flank will be well protected, and this move will not be a good idea. Hence p7 plus 1 is not a good idea. Just another point. By playing p7 plus 1, black will hope that black will capture the pawn so that he can advance his cannon and be prepared to play c5 equals to 7 on the next move to attack black's right flank. But as mentioned earlier, black would not fall for it and instead choose to play e7 plus 5. So black will retreat his chariot, and at this point in time it will still be a very even situation. So black can be satisfied with this outcome, and the situation on the board will more or less progress into the mid-game phase at this point in time. So that would end today's very short video tutorial, and we shall go back to do a short summary. In this board, black would choose to develop his right chariot as a rank chariot very early in the game, and two commonly played variations would be p7 plus 1 for the double-headed snake pawns, and h8 plus 9 for the h-horse variation. In the double-headed snake pawns variation, the tempo would have slowed down considerably, and after trading the chariots, it will still be a very even situation. If h8 plus 9 were played, black will still play r1 equals to 4, and again black will still be able to obtain a favorable situation going to the mid-game phase. So I hope you have enjoyed today's very short tutorial, but this is quite a commonly seen variation, especially during over-the-board play on the internet. So I hope this will help your game, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you for your viewership.